Yeah, man. So, Elite Conversations, episode 14. What's good, bro? How you feeling, man?
We're back, man.
We in here, bro.
I told you guys it's gonna be consistent, so
Yeah,
we're back consistently.
Another episode,
one.
another day,
another banger.
You know what I'm saying? Just to go out here and continue this journey that we're on. You feel me?
I love it.
Yeah, we got a good topic today
it.
for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Something that we can dabble into and actually like have some fun with, because this one is something that we kind of have some expertise in, I guess you could say, huh?
I mean, I wouldn't say we're experts, but I would say, we kind of did this before, and we were really, really good at it.
Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't say experts, but really, really, really good at it.
Yeah, I guess when you're young, when you're out there having a good time and enjoying life, this is kind of like those type of stories that we have for you guys today, which is super exciting. We're gonna keep rolling these things out in that way, because I think everybody wants to kind of have a podcast where you can like speak very intelligently about a topic, and like this is one I think for sure we're gonna we're gonna have some pretty good insight for it.
I think it's gonna be crushed right now.
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
Facts. So we got this video that we're gonna be presenting here, and take heed, take a look, you know what I'm saying? This is, I guess, kind of, something that we've been talking about for a minute, but just, how club culture has changed. We grew up in the time where going to the club, having a good time, throwing a party, like whatever you would consider that. We grew up during that time. That was like an era that we really, really enjoyed ourselves, in our 20s and our 30s, you feel me? Like really, really out here. Going to clubs, going to parties, really, enjoying ourselves, throwing our own parties,
actually throwing,
having our own events, and yeah. So I mean, just off the surface, before we play the video, J Rock, what you think, man? Club culture in 2025. What you think currently? How does it feel in comparison?
I'm at a point where I'm just if it costs more than and I'm just talking about just to walk in the joint. If it costs more than $50, I'm not going in that motherfucker. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you.
Yeah.
Not even on no cheapskate shit, because I know people that say, "Oh, well, that's tight." That's tight. I get it. I get what you're saying. Not like a nigga don't got it, but I come from partying for damn near free.
Yeah.
For years.
Word.
So once you kind of get into that, culture of, we finna walk in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Versus, oh, hey, we gotta wait, and I'm waiting to spend thousands of dollars.
Word.
Or not even that. I'm waiting to spend my 50. Like,
well,
no, I'm not waiting. I'm not even waiting in line. I'm not even waiting in line to spend my 50 at the height of what we were doing. So,
Word.
I mean, currently, I'm not gonna say I don't get it, because I do, because I mean, most people that are living it that way, they got it to do.
Word.
They got the Cheetos to do that, and that's tight. I'm no shade, no disrespect. That's tight. If you got it, do it. But I've never been a fan of it costs $10,000 to have a good time, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
straight up.
I think,
it should never cost $10,000. 10,000?
Yo, I mean, we're in different times, I guess, but yeah, I think that's wild. Like it definitely shows, I guess, the understanding that we're in this time where before, I think getting into clubs or even being able to go out, you kind of had to know people and be a little bit more connected, I guess. So it wasn't necessarily about the money, right? It was about the connections.
It's about who you knew,
right? And kind of the people that you knew and like the collective that you were a part of, or just kind of like the overall crew that you were rolling with at that time. It really did make a difference on if you were getting in tonight or if you weren't. You know what I'm saying?
Because there were nights where I've seen the big dogs come through there that got the Cheetos, and it's already sold out, or it's already this, and niggas have a hard time getting in there. And my thing is, if you're gonna come spend that amount of money, you shouldn't have a hard time getting in nothing.
Right.
But I've seen some shit like at capacity, and the niggas with the Cheetos is outside. Like, what? We can't get. It's like, it's at capacity, bro. What you want me to do? I can't let you in here.
It's a different. I guess it's a different vibe. So,
but these days it's off the rip. It's off the joint. Like,
it's expected. It's an expectation for sure.
Soon as you get near the front, it's like, what you doing? You got bottle service? You got this? You know, I've never been asked that in my life. It's like, hey, y'all got bottle service? Like, nah. Why would we need that? We walking in here.
Right. And so I think
I know who threw it.
Right,
so I'm
that's
in here.
Like, yeah, like we are a part of that, faction where it was like you had to definitely be more connected, a little bit
networking
more
was a little
like just being more, outside, I guess the kids say these days, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, let's play this video real quick, and let's just kind of laugh real quick at kind of some of these opinions and some of these stories. Shout out to Credit for More to Life on YouTube. Shout out to him, man. Salute.
This is who
put this together. So let's take a look.
Penny pinching
costs too much, parking costs too much.
Same clubs will have you waiting online for it to look like that.
I was swimming naked in the LeBron swimming pool in the middle of a Birchland party.
I am very concerned about the future of my culture. This is a dying art.
Clubbing and partying is a waste of time and money.
Going from this.
All right, so let's skip ahead. Because I wanted to go specifically to kind of what she has to say, because she has a pretty good perspective. But
they need to make the sections more expensive. Yes, more expensive. People are already complaining about the price. She wants to make them more expensive. Why? For her own selfish reasons. Hear her out.
TikTok posting like their controversial opinions, and I'm ready to talk about mine. Clubs need to have a 10K minimum for a section. And before y'all come and say, that's insane, why would you say that? I'm about to explain why. Every time I get on this app, y'all are always saying that, you go to the club now and like nobody's dancing, there's no dance floor, there's just nothing but sections, which I wholeheartedly agree. That is definitely clubbing culture in modern day.
All right. So that is a great point, right? Growing up, right, going to the club, having events, like it was about dancing. It was like that was a big part of it.
That's the part of the good time.
It was the point. Literally, the point was to go out, to dance, to meet girls, right? Cohabitate, you know what I'm saying? Socialize, be able to kind of, expand your reach and kind of go outside of your comfort zone.
Have a few cocktails,
Facts. And whatever you were into, that's what you were into, and like I think that's a big difference, at least from kind of where the shift happened, in my opinion. Where it's kind of where it went from just like, we're just gonna be having an area where we're just gonna be dancing, and whoever's the funnest, most hot, the most cool, right? We want them at the party to get the party going, to get the dance going on the dance floor. We need all these people all together in the same spot.
That determined back then if a party was cracking.
There you go.
How many people is dancing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That was the first question you asked when you got that phone call. Like, hey, is it cracking?
Is it cracking? They getting low? They getting low in there or what? Like, what we doing?
Is it cracking?
You can't tell me, bro. It's cracking, and you didn't pay $10K to stand around.
Yeah, that was.
And look at each other.
First question, is it cracking? Second question, is there girls? Second question,
definitely the second question.
Is there girls? All right.
That might be. We might flip that. That might be the first question.
Right, because that is going to determine most times, depending on what party you went to, of course,
if I'm going or not.
It depends if we're going or not, right? And so you already have these factions that have nothing to do with money. Now we're not talking about money. We haven't even got there yet, right?
No cash.
No cash. This is just off the strength. I'm trying to have a good time tonight. What's cracking?
Right.
Come on, man. That don't cost nothing, bro.
I don't understand how it got to that, to the height that it's at. It's wild to see, because it's just like, bro, I done walked in joints with $100 in my pocket, just 100, and had the time of my fucking life.
Yeah, man. And
you know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what's missing right now, because I mean, of course, everything is so expensive. Like I think clubs need to start doing $2 beer night.
Something.
Bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah, man. Just start.
Just to get the people out.
Man,
people to come outside.
I know
I could go somewhere.
Right.
Start for
start,
$2.
making it affordable for people to go out and just have a good time, because it's hard to go out, dance, and do all these things when you're thinking about how much you're spending.
Right.
Not only at the bar, but then of course now we're talking about the bottle service.
Yeah.
Where of course like bottle service culture has kind of ruined the club, where instead of it being the coolest, the flyest, the best dressed, your most,
things. None of those things
artist,
matter.
whoever's going, whoever you got it going, right? Now as long as I could pay, I'm in here.
I'm good money.
And we are a big proponent that money don't make you cool, bro.
Never.
Money
has.
does not unlame a lame. All
Never
right,
has
not on
and it
this
never will.
platform. It don't.
Never has.
All right,
And never
I don't
will.
know what y'all do on y'all platforms, but over here, it's an integrity thing, man. It's not just about how much you make, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's also about the prestige and how you hold in yourself, and kind of what you doing in the city and how you're moving. You feel me? That was a big component of like how you were able to get into these clubs and how you were able to get into these lounges and private parties.
Yeah,
you had to be somebody, and that's a fact.
You can't just throw no money at that at the and this is a specific time. I'll say around, I'll give it 06 to maybe 10.
Yeah,
11, something like that.
Facts.
You ain't finna just walk up and throw nobody no money. Niggas gonna be like, nigga, who the fuck are you?
Word. Like, it was needed. You feel me? There was a doorman.
I thought,
all right, a doorman who you probably had to know. Maybe he was a security guard. Maybe he was the doorman who worked for the club, right?
Whichever.
But at the end of the day, there was a person at the front, and he was the one that said yes or no. Okay, it wasn't just how much I'm getting paid. It was how's this gonna look when the club owner gets here and he sees like who up in here.
Right.
It gotta make sense. It gotta be something.
Now it don't.
You know what I mean?
Sense.
Word.
It's just who got the Cheetos.
Yeah, and these were theme parties too, like Beta LA.
Yeah.
All right, these were like themes like at this time. You feel me? Like just epic.
It's a trilogy of those. That's a trilogy.
Vans
it was
parties.
3 of them. The Vans party. It's like,
it was a lot going on, bro.
So it's like you kind of had to know somebody. Versus like, oh man, I got however much money. It's like that's tight, but
word.
Who?
Yeah.
Who do you know?
All right, let's see. Let's hit this second part with what she has to say. Let's see what she says on this second part. Let's see. Here we go.
But here's the thing. Take away half of those sections, have only a handful of sections, and have them lined up against the wall. The dance floor should be directly slap in the middle of the club. The DJ should be towards the front of the club.
Yeah.
That's how it started. It started with the dance floor being in the middle, and then, I'm just saying as time went on, yes, there were cats that can just, pay to get in there, but it wasn't so much just, it's just all about bottle service. This is if you got a table, you need a table. It was like you didn't need a table, but if you wanted guaranteed access.
There you go.
That's what we're calling it.
Yes.
Then you go ahead and get you a table, you and your boys or whoever.
Yeah.
And then y'all in there, but it's got to the point where the whole dome is full of tables.
It's all tables. And that's the thing, like even to go further with that, there was actually like a VIP section that was like separate from the club. Like it was maybe upstairs or it was like a back room.
Got lost in the
shuffle, feel me? Man. Because that was actually where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in VIP. You wanted the VIP access.
You lucky don't even hear that.
You have, the dance floor, right? Like you on the dance floor, you politicking, doing your thing. But then if you had the motion, like the kids say, the motion, you go up to the, go to the back room,
go
VIP,
back and forth.
Open that velvet rope, and then you see the baddies of the baddies. The best of the best.
It was different.
All right, here we go.
Time.
Have the sections line the walls. 15, 20 sections max, depending on how big your club is. And make them 10K minimum. Like, that way, the only people that are getting sections are people that actually need them. Yes, I said it. Y'all be getting sections and y'all don't need them. Y'all are nobody to be having a section. Like, I'm sorry. It just don't make no sense. You need to be on the dance floor having a good time. Y'all are in sections and y'all are all scraping together to pay $2,000 for a section.
That's true.
That's ridiculous.
That I ain't gonna say it's ridiculous, but that's true.
I 100% agree. I think we've definitely seen an uptick in like what's the word? The fake it till you make iters.
Yeah,
in
type of deal. Yeah,
you feel me?
That's crazy.
And I feel like that bottle service, whatever, table, having a table, it's giving them that confidence to feel as though like that gives them some level of importance among, like, I think she's alluding to, like the real ballers or like the real artists or like the real, you know what I mean, businessmen, people who are actually getting to it for real.
People that have 10K and it don't affect them to spend it right now. They're not scraping together to do this.
Right. And so I think from that perspective, I understand because, yeah, like even, I'm going to be real with you, like even getting bottle service back in the day, that was actually for like a special type of person. Like you really had to know the promoter.
Or
like,
a special event.
There
it's
you
your
go.
birthday.
Facts.
It's something going on
Facts.
in order for
Facts.
that to take place. You don't just,
Facts.
you know, I'm saying it in the state of, if I'm just a party goer, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, you know, every weekend I'm going to be at somebody's shit.
Yes.
I'm not. Even back then.
Yeah.
Even if I had it.
Yes.
I'm not spending 10K every weekend to go party.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Just not
it's a different
That's
flow.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and
I'm saying even if I had it, it's like, nah. I'd much rather just have niggas come to my crib. If I got it like that, you got 10K to spend every weekend. You should be having parties at your crib.
Right on.
Honestly,
like,
in my opinion.
If you do want to get a table, right? You know,
it's cool.
I'm assuming that's what you're doing, but I feel like even just the understanding of like the table culture is like, if you see something, go get it.
Right,
you feel me?
right.
Like if it's if it's a chick on the floor, whatever, like you want to get her, blah 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 blah, however you gonna do it. But I feel like the fact that I be seeing, you even see like social media videos where it's like everybody's crammed in the section and nobody's really moving.
Nobody's doing.
But like and it's like it's like, nah, bro. Like this is a club, man. Y'all need to spread out. Like it's it's a lot of opportunity out here for you to indulge
I
in,
would think.
if I would say, right?
That's how I look at it. I'm right with you, but you know that's not how it really goes.
Nah.
If you really sit and just look at it, it's become a more of a the fun got moved out of it and it became a competition.
Word.
I'd say.
Yeah.
It becomes like, all right, well, we paid for the bottle to get the bottle. And the sick part of it is to be like bottle. Maybe 2, 3, if 10K probably get you 4 bottles.
Yeah, if you're
a couple bottles of champagne.
Yeah,
but if
I
it's
guess
30 niggas in this section,
right, there you go.
You telling me 30 niggas finna drink off of 4 bottles?
Nah, that shit's
and some champagne. That's despicable, bro.
Yeah, so it behooves you to say that, like, you're probably gonna have to buy drinks anyway.
So you might as well
just get out there, see what's cracking. You know what I mean?
I think, but I'm just.
All right, let's continue. Let's see what she's saying.
And a waste of money. People that need sections are professional athletes, celebrities, high dollar ass businessmen that are going to be spending a lot of money in that club.
All right, so.
All right, we going.
This is what she said.
It's gonna get past his commentary.
Club culture, going out culture, because all people want to do is be seen and huddle up in a corner because they literally put together 2 paychecks to pay for that section.
Which is strange.
So they gonna make use of that little section with their little 1 bottle of Reposado and 1 thing of mixers, and they're gonna stay in that section all night long.
That's what
not
I said,
get out,
bro.
not socialize. Like, it's ridiculous.
I told you, bro. They be hogging that little section they be in for their dear life, bro. Trying to get whoever has some look at them, right? And mind you, like I said, like this is the difference, right? Is like, regardless of the money, wherever you're at, like you can't take that lame shit out of you. You either got it or you don't. It's very, very simple things in life, right? And so I think when you see that, you're thinking, okay, well, fuck, like, I'll get my little Rolex chain. I'll, do my little Cuban. You feel me?
Whatever I'm
gonna go out here, spend my little thou, have this little bottle service, try to get me a little baddie, but then you get the baddie and you don't really know what to do with her.
Because you got to think what a baddie thinking. Like, okay, well, he in here, he must got Cheetos.
Yeah. And then those expectations come, and now you mad.
No, them expectations come the next day and the following days after, and then now you don't look like what you looked like when you were in the club.
Word. When you could have been on a dance floor,
Just being a
being
regular,
somebody your
being
speed,
a regular
you feel me?
nigga,
Yes,
bro.
a girl who's there to dance, have a good time. You feel me? She might be with her homegirls, and then you and your homeboys, boom.
It ain't shit to buy a couple drinks,
Boom.
gang.
Boom.
That's
Y'all can hit the afters, all that
Whatever.
hookah,
What
whatever
you
you
drink-
on. Like that's
what
you know.
what you drinking versus damn the bottle low.
Yeah.
I'm trying to show her that
Yeah.
weed, but damn the
Hey.
bottle.
I mean, are you really gonna run that?
You
around?
gonna run it back? You gonna run it back? Another 1,000? Another thou out for the bottle or for the bottle and the champagne? The little deal they give you, the little $9.99. Oh, the bottle of this and the bottle of champagne $9.99. It's like
that's there for you.
I'd rather not. I'd rather take this lady to the actual bar, and get her whatever she talking about for
the
$30, $15
for the
15,
reasonable,
15, 30,
for the reasonable, okay,
whatever.
Yeah, because it's gonna accumulate over time anyway.
But it ain't gonna be $10,000.
Yeah, not off the rip.
It ain't gonna be even $1,000.
But
you may get up there,
you go.
but you ain't gonna get it. Come on, bro.
And to the point though, she's speaking towards like that the 1% of earners, right? The athletes
That are really those guys.
you know, businessmen.
Those
right?
are really those guys.
Okay, cool. You know what I mean? For sure, they're gonna do what they do. You're gonna be on what you're on. Cool. But if we're talking specifically the death of club culture, this component is a big part of it. Is the fact that some people have an identity crisis, man.
They don't know their position in the club. There's positions in the club too,
There's a
just like it is in life.
hierarchy here.
It's the same thing.
Facts. There's a hierarchy, man.
And I just
100%.
spoke on competition.
Yeah.
So if we're in competition, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they say. I won't even go athlete, just a businessman that really got Cheetos.
Yeah.
How long are you gonna withstand a bottle war with this nigga? And this nigga really got money. And it may be a young lady in your section that he won't.
Right. Yep.
Do you know what he gonna do to you? Because you're not gonna be able to withstand. You came in here with a rack. Your homie came in here to a rack. It's 10 of y'all. Y'all done put all y'all racks, y'all one rack each together to get 10,000.
Right.
And then you done got lucky and ran into some fire that you like, some little fire shit running around. And she in there with y'all.
Little thing.
But somebody else may see her that got more money than you, and you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and this is as simple as it goes. You know,
That's a fact. It's a fact.
Just is what it is, man. And sometimes you gotta accept where you're at.
It's
you know?
fine.
It's
You
cool,
don't gotta do that to yourself.
Yeah, don't. But don't let it hurt you.
It's
let
okay.
it motivate you. If
Let
you
it
want to get there,
get
that.
there.
You know, but at the same time, if you cool where you at,
Then
there's plenty of options for you.
get your ass on the dance floor.
Yes.
Get around that bar and
yeah.
get your own little section cracking. You
man.
can crack down there.
How many times have
You
we
can crack down there,
created a section within the section?
within this? Like, okay, that's cool. They doing that. That's tight.
We gonna be right here.
We gonna have our fun, and there's people that just came here to have fun too.
We're gonna build
There's
a
some people
stoop.
that came to the club to actually have fun and
Yeah.
not spend buku bread. They
Yeah.
just here. On what I'm on. I'm gonna get drunk.
Yes.
I'm gonna dance all night.
Right.
I might meet some cool people.
Word.
But I'm not here on some baller shit. Like,
Right.
oh, 10K, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Let me do the 10K again. Fuck it, bring the bottles again.
Word.
Some people get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
But usually people that get a kick out of something mean that they got more of it.
There's something.
If you
there.
don't have more of it, then why even play that game with yourself?
Word.
That's strange.
Yeah, you're almost like crippling yourself because
In a sense,
you're not
yes.
going to be able to keep up.
You're not
going to
be able to withstand that, bro.
that you would need to maintain
Unless
right?
you actually have it.
Yeah.
So that goes to the point of what you
Yeah.
said, be to fake it till you make it. People,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
like,
it was infiltrating, right? Like during that
Strange.
time where people started to figure out, like, okay, the cool kids, like y'all getting in, like how are you guys getting in?
What are you guys
like,
doing?
What's the thing? And it's just like we can't really tell you because it's something that can't be explained. It's just I'm just
doing
I
what
know
I do.
I know the right people. I'm exposed to the right things. I dress the right way. I fit the criteria.
And I'm in here.
Yeah, and so that's kind of what it is. But at the same time, like once that kind of started to kind of shift, where it's like, oh well, I could just pay my way in.
Here we are.
Word. Then that's when I think we started to see kind of the corniness of, bottle service culture get to kind of what she's speaking on right here. So let's bring her back up and let's see what else she has to say. Here we go.
She's talking right too, by the
And
way.
I'm not not in the club bar industry, obviously, so maybe someone who owns a club or a bar could tell me otherwise. But I think it's time to bring back exclusivity. It's time to bring it back.
Yeah.
There's no reason everyone should have access to everything. It's time to bring it back, rope that off, make 10K a table, and keep it pushing. Simple.
Because that would stop a lot of shit, B. I ain't gonna even hold you.
I agree.
If it's one of the most popping joints and it's 10K off the rip, it's gonna cause, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna cause a lot of cats to be like, nah, we don't really gotta do that. Like, we don't gotta do it like that. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to spend 10K tonight.
Nah, facts.
You know? And another part of it that be tripping me out is, you know, let's say you go out with 5 or 6 of your homies. You know what I mean? I just don't picture myself, bro, spending $1,500 each.
Yeah,
for the amount of liquor that I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
and then also, I don't even think I'm gonna have fun like that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I'm just comparing it to the fact of I've had fun with minimal money in the club.
Very minimal.
So it's like, why would I need to add money or so much money to it? Like, I ain't got no problem buying drinks or none of that. Like, you know what I mean? That's cool. But the fact of, off the rip, this alludes to what she's saying, off the rip, 10 off the rip, K.
Yeah.
To even have a table in here.
Word.
That kind of puts the shit in proper perspective. Like, nigga, if you don't really got 10 plus to really fuck off today.
Right.
Get in this club the same way as everybody else. Stand in this line.
Yeah.
Pay what you're supposed to pay.
Word.
And go ahead on to the bar and do your thing.
General admission.
General admission type
you
shit.
feel me? Hop in where you can fit in.
And it's okay. That's
right.
okay.
Right. I think she makes a great point, especially
That's
for
fine.
that exclusivity part where, of course, like, yes, you know, I get it. You know what I mean?
Everybody wants to be exclusive.
Yeah,
but
like
not everybody is.
Whatever you want to say, right?
Not everybody is.
Yes, and so I think
okay.
like there should definitely be like a hierarchy in that way where it's like, okay, cool. Like, I understand, like, even on a small scale where it's like, let's say you got like a cool ass, like exclusive ass lounge. Like, they don't even do bottle service, right? It's just like, you know, vibe. Like, you got a little bar set up, some tables and, you know, whatever, right? But the vibe there, it's like it has a reputation of like, oh yeah, like the baddest girls go
it's
there,
gonna be popping.
you know, celebrities, whatever, right? There's a point of why it gains that prestige, right? And that's because most times places like that, they have to have a certain level of like reputation that says it is a safe space for people of means and people of status to come here, and you're not gonna feel
and not have to worry about
like,
the bullshit, the biddles, all the other shit.
Right. And
that's
so,
that's what exclusive kind of is.
Word. And so I think that's kind of like, at least because, you know, for anyone who doesn't know, like, we are in Los Angeles County, so of course, like, we are from the mecca of like club culture and kind of what it means to have exclusive lounges and exclusive bars and like places that you just cannot get into, back rooms, speakeasies, like that's an LA thing, like 100%.
Right.
And so for us, like, we have that unique perspective because it's like we got into these places all the time and like we understood like what it like what you had to do and what it had to be able to get into these places.
Right.
You feel me? You want to get into
who you had to know.
Facts. You want to get into the Sky Bar or something like that on a Saturday night at midnight, bro.
And
Good
you,
fucking
and,
luck.
and,
you know,
and you
like
fucking late.
Yeah, exactly.
You trying to be late to the joint?
Word. Good luck. You know what I mean? But if you had, you know, the know and the right people and like, come on, man. Like
you could walk right in there.
Yeah, we're in there easily. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of like what she's speaking on is just like, okay, cool. So like if we're gonna do like the club culture thing, like we definitely should have like some level of like
some sort of
brought back. You feel me? So yeah, let's see what this other young lady has to say. She has like a little bit more of a different perspective. I think she kind of speaks on just like the experience of what clubbing used to be, and I think this
is cool
leads
too.
right into the perfect conversation. You feel me? So yeah, let's see.
I don't think that Gen Z ruined club culture. I just think that we have a lot of self-awareness as a generation, and we see that club culture has ruined so many millennials' lives. A part of the reason why someone like a Drake has been made into a national mockery is because he has spent his entire adult life trying to be cool and trying to just be up in the club. He's always in the strip club.
I think this is the perfect example.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
You know, like, isn't that the perfect example of like why I think the club culture, Drake is like the poster child for like the archetype of the type of people who became like these like club mongers. Like they live in the club because it's like it works for them now. Because back in the day, Drake wasn't getting in the club, fam. I'm sorry to tell you, bro, but Drizzy without the beard, come on, fam.
It's kind of sketch. It's kind of sketch. Before niggas knew Cuck could rap, cuz not just walking.
It was a different industry, man. It wasn't like, what's the word? Like, I feel like the people who were like on that type of time was like people like Kid Cudi. Like Kid Cudi was like the poster child for
walking
like that,
in anything.
yeah, like that club culture at that time, like the late 2000s. Early 2010s, ASAP Rocky for sure. You feel me?
Just walking in anything.
Yeah, like those type of people. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of like the
those are guys
who was like really the ones in the club.
Those are guys that are being themselves.
Yeah, there you go. ASAP Yams, R.I.P. Yams,
R.I.P. Rest in peace.
But you see what I'm saying?
Those are
like
guys
real
that are
culture
really
guys. Like
guys, they're not putting on.
Yeah.
Or acting like something that they're not. These are really
like ASAP, really from Harlem.
Really a swag guy, bro.
Like
fucking swag guy.
Like he's really from Harlem. Like he really grew up in New York. Like going to New York clubs at 16, 17.
So
that's what I mean. Like people who were on that type of time, like early, like it wasn't anything new because they were doing that.
Already.
You feel me?
Early.
So that's what I mean. Like it was different. You feel me? At that time, like going to a club on a Saturday night when you were 19 in 2006. You
That's
feel me?
Completely different thing.
It's a whole different economy at that time, bro. It was different.
Everything
you
was
feel
different.
me? So I feel like maybe that's what she's kind of alluding to. So let's bury her back up and see, let's let her finish her thoughts here. Let's go.
Always in a nightclub. He has turned his house basically into a nightclub. Always having people over, always having parties, never alone. That's really sad and really lame. When I was in college in New York City and I was going out, yeah, it was fun because I was young and I was with my friends. And, when you're in New York City and you're young, you can't go to a dorm party. We don't really do frats and sororities. They exist, but that's not where the cool people were hanging out.
That's a fact, though. Like, and you could say the same for LA because, like, LA, like, of course, like,
that's debatable.
Yeah, like, there's definitely, like, I guess you could say, like, frat culture here, but it's not a main thing, especially in college. It's like it was going to the club. It was going to the Grand. It was going to, LAX.
Them USC parties.
Oh, yeah. But those weren't frat parties, though. That was, like,
I'm just saying
the football team.
College.
You feel me?
She's alluding to just, I'm just saying college, and I'm generalizing it more than
for sure.
what she's saying. I'm just saying college-wise, if we're just referring to college, there were parties that weren't at a club.
Facts.
There were parties on that campus that were popping.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So
Baycrest.
Popping. That's a moment thing. You know.
Facts.
These are not clubs. These are just popular individuals that go to college that threw a party and it popped.
Word. And I think that's the difference between the millennials and Gen Z is like millennials, we actually had a house party culture, kickbacks, and like people coming over, having a good time, barbecues. You know what I mean? Like we came from that culture where we were the ones who would be like, "Yo, like, hey, B, you got a bottle, I got a house.
Let's do it.
Let's do it." You know what I'm saying? Straight up, who got open house tonight? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And then everybody pulls up, and then it sometimes turns into a party. Sometimes it'll be chill. It all depends on the vibe. But of course, like,
so I get what she's
saying.
Came from that. I get what she's saying in the Drake aspect of he's doing that because he wasn't able to do that.
Word.
Coming up. See what I'm saying? we got to kind of live it out.
Yeah,
Up
facts.
into like it was like we was partying already.
Yeah.
Up into the club. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like parties were being thrown, kickbacks were being had.
Yes.
Prior to even getting the club scene popping the way that it was popping
Word.
for us.
Yeah.
So it was like we were already used to partying.
Yeah, it was
prior
different.
to even what the club couldn't do shit. We was already doing. It's like, oh, this is just somebody's event or our event or whatever.
Right.
But we was already throwing shit. So
Yes.
it's like I think that's why we're so kind of. We look at it the way we look at it because it's like we were already. It's like throwing some shit versus just going to some shit is different.
Yeah, and I think
that's
kinda
what differentiates
when you become the host, right?
That's what differentiates it. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, you
Yeah.
know, I'm responsible for that. I got to make sure my party is popping because you don't. That's the one thing you don't want to happen. You don't want to throw a party and it don't pop.
To be honest with you, that's kind of how it started for us. At least, like we started throwing house parties, and then our house parties started getting so crazy
where it's like
that
we
had to
have a venue
at a club or
a
somewhere as a bigger venue because there was just so many people we could not accommodate.
It's like you don't want to fuck your house up.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to be the party guys.
Yeah,
like,
and you know we went through it. You know what I'm saying? People throwing up in the bathtub,
all
type
kind
shit.
of shit.
You feel me? Like we had it. You know, we had it
shit.
really going like that. So it was definitely like if you could imagine Project X with some young black kids, that's what
very
we fucking
very
was.
similar. Very similar.
The police pulling
not
up,
as many
chaotic.
drugs.
Nah, but just
very
chaotic.
similar.
You know,
alcohol's all over the
packed,
place.
A lot of people, cars
parking anywhere.
everywhere,
Niggas don't even care.
Across the lawn type shit. It was a vibe.
Neighbors,
you know what I'm
driveways,
saying?
you know,
Word.
just so yeah. You know, I get what she's saying, but
yeah, let's see. Let's finish this.
It was just a way. It's a way that
we had
it's
fake
a way that it
IDs
went.
and we were going to Laban. We were going to Barchland nights. Okay, I was swimming naked in the Laban swimming pool in the middle of a Barchland party on a Tuesday after class. That was my week.
You see, and I think that's kind of just how it goes sometimes. Like when you're really, you know, I guess living in this. Like
living in that moment, I guess. You know, I guess it was like that.
Kind of like where we're at, bro. Is like there's just a difference in like opinion, right? And so
of what a good time is,
facts
currently.
And I think as we've grown up, right, and you know, we've kind of seen the seedings of these things, right, and how things are going. Like it's just funny to me, bro, because you really don't really notice it until kind of like you get older, and you're just like, oh man, people don't go to the club really no more. And it's not actually even the same club that we grew up going to. Like
completely different.
So yeah, let's listen to this other chick, man. She got some funny perspective.
Maybe it's just not my scene.
I am very concerned about the future of my culture, which is clubbing. I'm going to write some letters to authorities like soon. This is a dying art. They're forgetting this craft and how to do it. The young girls, they don't even know how to dance on a table in a heel.
Hot girls stopped dancing on tables.
Listen, man.
That alone.
See,
it's
you
back
know,
to the dancing.
listen, man.
That's not even a thing.
That's what this is, bro. The girls, they want to dance on the table, man. That's just what it is. It is an lost art. It is. It is a lost art to be in the club and you're in, you know, wherever you're at, and there's just some girls up on the bar table, doing their thing, going crazy. You feel me? Having a good time. I think this as well plays a part is like we didn't have as much social media to where everyone's like recording every moment.
Single thing. So you got to just enjoy yourself.
Yeah. So a lot of people are kind of like hella mindful of like, oh, well, I don't want to be on like somebody's like weird ass video. Yeah. Dancing on top of a table.
Yeah.
And I think that makes people hella shy and not really want to like come outside of themselves and have a good time.
Instead of enjoying yourself, you're thinking about enjoying yourself.
Yeah, it's a little.
You know what I mean? Like you'll run across some, you know, girls get to dance and it's like, oh, I don't really want to dance like that because everybody got their camera out. But then you got girls that don't give a fuck, and that's cool.
That is,
but it's not the same.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
And especially in those spaces where you want to be.
Yeah.
All right,
like,
with the exclusive, the baddest of the bad. All right, like, you wanna be able to enjoy that. And
sometimes you can't.
Yeah,
based on how
because
shit is set up nowadays.
Yeah, and now everybody's so stiff. Now nobody does shit in the club but just look at each other and hit the You know,
Yep.
selfie.
Healthy little selfie
You know what I
zone
mean?
and-
Get the bottles coming out. Get the bottle girls.
Don't get me wrong though. There are people that really like dancing, and you'll see it here and there.
Yeah.
But it's not like it used to be.
Hey, I
You know what I mean?
love that you're on that because this next girl, she speaks on this. So let's hear her out.
Tables and heels and club culture is dying because there's nothing to dance to. Look at the top 40 right now. Is this what y'all want? We haven't had fun club music or dance music in what feels like 700 years. Thank God for Afro pop fusion artists, as they're the only people giving us songs with a BPM above 10. The state of fun
Facts.
pop and fun club music is in such dire condition. Christina came back. Katie's coming back. Gaga is coming back. Do you know how bad things have to be for the legacy artists to say, well,
Hey, look, that's also a big component, right? Is the music.
Right. The music ain't what it used to be. We get
music.
that though. But we've been knew that.
Yeah, but
you know, there are some bankers out there that will get the club shaking
for sure.
But this is crazy how I be looking at it. There are certain songs back in the day, where once that song come on, the club is popping for the rest of the night.
Facts.
It's not like that
it
right now.
Just goes up.
Yeah, it just goes crazy after
keeps
that.
going.
It's not like that now. It's like you know, it's spotty.
Yeah, it'll be like one good song and
mid.
One
And you may get two in a row. Yeah. It's not like a, you know.
Yeah, facts, bro.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, and honestly, back then too, people made music for the club, like not just like in a sense where it was like oh, like the strip club, but no, like literally
actual,
like Little John and the East Side Boys, like that wasn't like just for the strip club. That was like to have fun in the club, like to enjoy yourself. Nelly,
everything.
It's hot in here.
Everything. It's for everything.
Bruh.
It's everything track.
I'm just saying, bro. Like it was a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like next episode. Dr. Dre and Snoop, that was like that shit.
Niggas in there giving it up for sure. Like,
bro,
cause this my shit. You know,
Freak Leak,
OD,
Freak Leak, bro.
That shit come out. I'm telling you, that goes into the statement that I'm saying. That come on, it's lit for the rest of the night.
It was a rap. If that PD Pablo,
as soon as that shit get on, it's lit for the rest of the night,
bro. Y'all really don't know nothing about PD Pablo. I mean this, bro. Y'all really don't know. Like PD Pablo was like it was like I hate to say this, but like you know it's a little politically correct these days, but it was literally ass everywhere.
Pure madness, bro.
When you heard PD Pablo,
pure madness.
PD Pablo, bro. What?
Pure madness. Just.
And I ain't even gonna talk about In Them Jeans, nigga.
Then it gets slow on you. And
Stop it.
It's wild. Now it's
y'all
wild.
just really don't know, bruh. Like what? In those jeans,
and I'm talking about like from
at 12:31 in the morning.
Yeah, bro, I'm talking about
everybody
like
drunk, buzzing.
I'm talking about from clubs to kickbacks to house party. Just
it was.
These
bad.
are tracks that just that's what I'm. That's
like
that's
you would catch the homie in the corner
on
some other shit.
Whole other shit.
Like who is what?
Like what is this nigga doing? Over
What
there?
is going on over
Why
there?
Why is he on her like that over there?
Yo. That's literally like what it was, bro. Like it was literally like that. That's what I'm saying. Like it's numerous bangers, bro. Numerous bangers.
It's just like I ain't gonna say the music is bad. It's evolved into something that I think don't necessarily fit club culture.
Right.
But it's not bad. You're gonna catch a banger here and there. You know, some cats still got it. They still make tracks that bang in the club. But for that era.
Yeah,
it wasn't. If it got played in the club, it was a club. It was for the club.
Yeah, it was a
different setup.
Yes,
this is how it went. You know what I mean? And there were certain songs that, of course, were better than others, but there were certain songs that set a whole club off.
Yeah, man.
They really had a whole shit shaking for the rest of the night. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, it was infectious.
Yeah, it'll just start going crazy. Yeah, like it'll even turn the DJ up. Now the DJ can't help himself. He playing a banger every time he throws something on.
Come on, man.
Now he in banger search.
He has to keep it going, because there's no way that as like when you're going through those kind of progressions, right? You're progressing like, all right, cool, like we gonna start it off like real smooth, chill, and then we gonna build throughout the night, right? And that's what it was. Like it was a build. Like everybody knew that. Like, all right, cool. Like when we get to the club, maybe it's gonna be around 10 o'clock, right? All right, when we get in here, it's gonna be pretty chill, so we might as well get these drinks in now.
Nigga, by midnight, this
politics.
Jerking.
There you go, bro.
Jerking by midnight.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And some places, if you got there by midnight, you was not getting in, bro. And it's a wrap for you. Like just go ahead.
Don't get there by midnight. Get there by maybe 11.
Yeah, you know, because otherwise 15. you're not. There's not gonna be much room. I would say for you to kind of have like your night.
Yeah, it's not
what you want it to be.
Because usually, if you add something that usually pops, it's gonna be going crazy. Should be by midnight. Should be back in that day. I don't know how it looks now because I really haven't even. I can't even tell you the last time I was in the club.
Right.
I don't even know the last time I was actually in the club, gang, and was like enjoying myself.
Well, here's a time right here.
and what year was that?
This is dated as 2011.
All right,
but I think this was a little bit, maybe earlier than 2011. But as you can see here, this was what it was, man. The club mix. If you was doing anything or if you was anybody, this is where you was at. This is where you will find yourself.
So that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
This is 2025.
If you was at an event, yeah, man.
It's 14 years.
So it's just like I said, I don't know if they still do this. Of course, there are independent like photographers and stuff who do things. I'm sure. Right. But at this time, this was what you went for. You went to have your crew. You went to get them club mix pictures. Make sure you was in the mix. You know what I mean?
Make sure you get where they gonna get sent. Get that link, and it's good money,
man. And we used to know the photographer personally,
so it's good money.
He'll hit us up like, "Hey, y'all pulling up to here tonight?" And we'll talk. Money. So that's why I think it was different in that time, because like we really was like locked in on a certain like cultural standpoint where we could move around throughout the city.
This is fun.
However we wanted to do. Exactly. Go have fun. Go meet new people. Go try new things. You feel me? And like we were able to like not only like take it to the next level, but we also like really just like made it easy. You know what I mean? Like to where
easier than it had to be for sure. Because man,
yes.
It was those were great days, but it's stressful when you threw the party, but it's like I don't want to get people gonna pull up like, man, come get me in, come get me in, come get me in, come get me in. You don't want to hear that all fucking night,
right?
And I think that's part of the bottle service shit too, because it's like, what I'm saying, if you walk in with the people that pay for the bottle service, you getting in, you know what I'm saying, versus you in line and we got to go pull you out of line. Oh no, they good. You don't got to do that and I think. I look at that more so in the club aspect or the business aspect. It made the promoters and the actual club and all of that, the owner, whoever, it made them lazy,
right?
Because it's like, I could just I get what she's saying on the 10K and all that, but just a bottle service setup in general is like, okay, well, who's with you? You know what I'm saying? Facts, you got 10 cats with you. Right. All right, y'all got bottle service, y'all in.
Word.
Versus, okay, the promoter, I know you. Okay, yeah, you good, you in.
Right.
Who want to say that all night? I don't want to say that all night. So it just make
Yeah.
I get the gist of it, right. But it's like for the actual culture and the fun part gets left
out of that.
The fun part gets left out once you're in the club.
Right on. And
it's not the same.
Yeah, because that's the point. The point is you want to go and have fun and like dance and like really just, live the night that you want to live, right? The nightlife, so they say, right? That's kind of where you want to be. And like I think sometimes, there's plenty of situations, I guess, where people just get like really, really like impressed with like the things that kind of they can't control. Right. Which is kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, like we're going to meet some girls and like da-da-da-da. But it's like you can't really control that, bro. What you can control, though, is having a good time.
That's within anyone's means. Whether you have money or you don't have money.
Word.
You control the time you have.
Right.
Sure.
And so you gotta just adjust and make it, like a fun part where like you can just, you know, be like these guys right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you
just,
want
you
to.
know, having a good time.
If you would like to.
And
I
not,
don't
you
know,
not thinking too much, you know, and just go out and enjoy yourself, you know, because at this times, like, this was a part of it, you know, the red carpet, right? Like,
yeah, we pulling up.
red carpet was a
Pull
thing
up.
at a club event during this time, you know, and I think this was what's his name? Light skinned cat who used to own the sports bar in Long Beach.
Bobby,
yeah,
Not
this is one of
Bob.
Bobby's events. I remember
Yeah.
this, bro.
Bobby used to have it cracking though.
Hey, Bobby and the
used to have
Mix
it
Boys,
cracking.
you know, I think at
Shout.
that time those two were probably like the
They used to have it
biggest
cracking. I ain't gonna hold you.
promoters outside of kind of like D Handy and Jesse, who we were working with at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, like Cool Ass Cam. Shout out to Cool Ass Cam. You know,
Yeah, it was
he has a
some cats.
podcast of himself. You know, shout out to the homie. But yeah, that's who we were directly working with. So a lot of times it was a lot of crossover. You know, Rose
just
Petals and
we-
all those places. You feel me? Like it was a lot of that going on. OC.
It was a lot of
you feel me?
more collaboration than I think we thought.
Yeah,
was really,
for sure.
Was really going on right then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Facts,
Which was
bro.
smart. I ain't gonna say it wasn't smart. A lot of things got handled bad, but it was smart the way that cats was getting to it back then.
Facts, man.
You know, but I would just say, you know, in the current state that we're in when it comes to clubbing, the era that we came out of, it'll clearly never be done like that again.
Nah, it was a golden
It'll never
era.
be.
I
Yeah,
think.
it'll never happen.
Yeah,
that
I think
way
that was
ever
like the
again.
golden era of clubbing. Like, of course, I didn't know what it was like for our parents, right? When they used to go, you know, out to the dance halls and all that stuff back in
Still-
that time. I don't know.
Still don't think it was
But-
fucking with what
yeah,
we had
exactly.
going
But
on,
I
bro.
felt like we were at the height of it. Like,
Yeah, like,
pop culture was at the
everything
height.
was just heightened.
The
Yeah.
economy was great. Everyone was just, you know, it was just a different time, I think.
Yeah.
And like we got to really like hit it from the ground running, like straight up, like 19 years old, 18 years old, already like getting into some of the most exclusive clubs in Los Angeles.
And I ain't
that,
gonna even
like,
hold you. I was getting
young
into
people
shit.
was, like,
Man, I was getting
not
into
even,
I was
like-
getting into 21 and over joints.
Yeah.
When I was like 19.
Word. And you know, that was definitely like, of course, like you know, full disclosure, of course, but yeah, that was
I
just
ain't
a big
gonna hold
part
you.
of it.
I ain't
like,
say where I went, but
Yeah, exactly.
nigga,
But
I
that
was
was a
getting
big
into
part of
shit.
it, bro. It was like we were young and able to like enjoy ourselves in a certain way that I think a lot of times like you just don't see it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like right here. You feel me? We were just,
Once
you know,
again.
kind of moving around at that time. And I think being young and like being able to have places to go, it was different, I think, for at least like Gen Z, because like, of course, like the pandemic and all this other stuff kind of set that back for them.
That
where
shit
they
has,
didn't
but
really
I
get to
will say
have
that
that
shit
experience.
it put a damper on a lot of shit.
Facts,
for sure.
And I think just that fact of that culture in general really shifted once things in the economy started to shift. And of course, like going out now is just it's just different, bro. It's not the same. And like you said, like I really think like we were a part of like a golden era in that time, because a lot of people just weren't. They did not get to experience it that way.
Like
you know?
fun was it was just there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was just it was for the taking. Like, you want to have fun?
Yeah.
Go here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now it's kind of like, oh, you want to have fun, but then you got to think about, damn, well, fuck. Are we gonna be able to get in here, or are we just gonna stand outside and watch everybody else get in here because they getting bottle service, they getting that? You know, we didn't have to. It's like we didn't have to think about the shit that niggas got to think about right
we
now.
We walking in with
walking
you know definitely the good vibes, right? We're coming in with good vibes,
definitely.
And then on top of that, we're also going to make sure that you know we are looking for the best spot to set up shop to
Right.
do what we do.
And that you know that was like a thing for us. Like, man, oh, that's cool, bottle service or whatever. Because don't get me wrong, bottle service and all that, it was kind of taking form,
right?
But it wasn't like as prominent as it is right now.
Nah, and I mean
it was happening, but it wasn't. You know, because it's like
listen, man. You know this right here, this picture right here, man. This was from I think this was
that was at a Halloween party. That was a Halloween party.
Let me look at the time though. It said this is 2010, but I think this was before, maybe 2009, 2008. I'm not sure, but we threw a Halloween party at the Geisha House, and this was probably one of the hottest clubs in the city at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely top 3 You feel me? In Hollywood at that time, and this was on the cusp of like bottle service culture, whatever.
Kind of there, but not really.
This
there.
was when, if you really was a baller or you really had the Cheetos, like you bought the whole bar.
You just buy
like,
the bar.
we gonna buy a whole rack of shots, man.
Fuck
Get 70 shots for the homies, like. And if you see this young man right next to J Rock with the Gucci hat on, you feel me? R.I.P. Jay. You feel me? This was a real human being who,
and not me, Jay. I'm still alive,
yes,
but rest in peace to Big Homie, for sure.
And he looked out, in a real way every
Numerous
single
times.
time. You feel
Numerous.
me? Every single time. And,
Numerous.
And and he had the Cheetos to do that. You feel me? It wasn't no front. You know what I mean? This was a guy who, who had condos in North Hollywood, just living his best life. So I think at the time, you feel me, when we were young, you know what I mean, this was what we were doing. Like, we were around these type of people who had it, and at the same time, like, we had the status to be able to stand right next to this guy. You feel me?
Yeah.
And look at the pictures, epic ass picture right there.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's goes back to who you knew. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
It's just who you knew at that. That was more prevalent at that time than anything. Like, who do you know? Who do you actually know that is running any show? You know what I mean? Or that got the Cheetos or whichever. You know what I mean?
Man.
And we were no slouches. Like, niggas had money, but it was
right.
like niggas ain't have that kind of money.
Nah,
niggas ain't have J money. Niggas ain't have. Niggas ain't have. Let me get 50 shots.
Yeah, Jay pulling up
I didn't have that.
in a different Range Rover
every time I see this
type
man,
guy.
he in another bingo. So
yeah, it was a different vibe where, of course, like there was a lot going on in the background, but from the forefront, like we really had things locked in a certain way that wasn't necessarily the normal.
We made it easy for a nigga like Jay. You know what I'm saying?
And
he ain't have to worry about the biddles of getting into anything. Yeah, he got the Cheetos. He can damn near buy everything in the motherfucking
right
club.
on.
But I know if I'm fucking with them, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm finna walk in whatever.
Like there's some
And that's how
structure
that shit-
here.
that's
Like
how
we're
that shit
gonna
used to go.
Yeah, we're gonna have it set up in a certain way to where like things are not gonna be unorganized. You feel me?
Right.
And of course, like I think during that time, like there was definitely still a lot of people who were still, on the cusp, like figuring it out, right? Because it was still a very new thing as far as like what a promoter was even called. Because in reality, like we didn't really know like what it was. We were just kind of throwing parties. Like we didn't know like we were.
I wouldn't even consider us. I wouldn't even consider us promoters at the time.
Yeah, like it wasn't. We really didn't have that. Like I don't know, maybe the understanding. But
we were
like what the package was.
We were having such a good time in life, bro.
Facts.
Niggas wasn't even thinking about like, oh, let's turn this into a company. Now, if we knew better, we would have did better. We probably would have a couple clubs by now. But niggas wasn't thinking like that. Niggas was just. That's why I'm saying it was just, the fun is what has got lost in the shuffle of where club culture is right now. I personally don't think, nigga can tell you, I do it to enjoy myself. But I don't think niggas is really out there. Niggas ain't enjoying themselves like we was. I'll tell you that.
It's
in that era,
like you
not
gotta,
at all.
You gotta kind of have like a certain understanding. I think when you're looking at these things, and like we were lucky enough, I think, to have the experience to kind of like go through it. But yeah, it's different, bro.
It's completely different. And
like,
I wouldn't say that it's different in a bad way. I'm just saying the shit evolved, and the only thing that's missing in its evolution is the fun.
Right.
I challenge anybody that we could sit and have a conversation about it. You could pull up. Ain't no way on earth you telling me that between 2006 and 2011, niggas from I'll say 2020 to 2025 are having the same amount of fun, like just pure fun.
Right.
I see some niggas having fun. Don't get me wrong, there are some, but I'm just saying for the overall, it ain't. It's nowhere. The fun level is nowhere near.
Yeah, it's just
nowhere near, bro.
Nah, because like I said, like the access one, and of course the second part is like living in the moment part. Like we were lucky enough to be able to have that time where like we actually could like live in the moment with certain things, like, and not have to like think about
I should pull my phone out and record this.
Yeah, like who's gonna
what?
take pics? Like what the heck? You
If
feel
a
me?
picture get took, a picture get took. If it don't, I don't know.
Word, because
not
like we
tripping.
weren't just doing that. We were throwing barbecues, man, and like
as
having
well.
like all types of events. You feel me? So like for us, like this was kind of the norm. Like
This is part of the fun.
Like if you look right here, look at that. Look at that.
It's part of the fun, man.
Look at
you
that.
know.
You know what I'm saying?
I think in a sense we kind of got a kick out of
that's a lot
watching people have fun.
of people right there, yeah,
and being a
Not
part
just-
of the fun that people are having. I think that we kind of got a kick out of that more so than let's turn this into a corporation or a business and let's make the Cheetos off of it. I wasn't even thinking like that. I'm just like, man, I'm 19, 20 years old. How can I have the most fun?
Yeah, and
is what was on my
be
mind.
able to enjoy, whatever I'm doing
Right.
in like a certain capacity where we could enjoy ourselves and be able to bring people together. You feel me? And like never no drama, never no bad energy, always plenty of good vibes and good people. And like, of course, like we're gonna definitely have a good time. Like
Man, niggas is gonna do it up for sure.
Jungle juice it out, my boy.
Yeah, we gonna do it up. We gonna and you know what that shit do.
You feel me?
Niggas
So
is
like,
gonna do it up.
Yeah,
every time.
like it wasn't much for us to be able to like go out here and get it going, because it was a part of like who we were.
And I mean, in hindsight, you look at it like, yeah, we probably should have monopolized off this shit and made some Cheetos off of it. That's what niggas is doing right now. You know what I mean? But that shit just wasn't like I just wasn't looking at it like that. I'm just looking at it like, how can we have the most fun,
We
bro?
was just here to kick it, bro, and get out there and enjoy ourselves and find ourselves and like, meet new people and have
That was
new
the whole goal.
experiences. Yeah, and so like a lot of the people that we met during this time were people who like we really, really have like lifelong connections with. Like
People
and,
that I
like,
see right now, and they gonna show mad love, and I'm gonna show mad love back. Like
right.
Because that's how it was.
Right. We had those type of people around us who were like definitely locked in and wanted to like have a good time and express themselves in certain ways that like, we could be safe and not have to think too much. You feel me?
Right.
And like for whatever reason, like, sometimes people used to get, caught up in like very like weird scenarios. But like for us, man, we were always around like the right people at the right time.
For the most part, I say 90% of the time. I wouldn't say 99. I say 90.
Like
I'll give it a strong 90, bro. Like 90% of the time, we with who we supposed to be with.
Right at the right time, in the
time,
right
everything.
setting.
Everything is
like, hey yo, we going to the club tonight? Okay, and then it'll just all fall into place. Like
literally,
whoever wants to pull up. Like all this
with minimal words.
Word.
It's just shit used to just be happening like that.
Yes.
For us now,
Facts.
and that's part of why we look at club culture the way we look at it now. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not hating on nobody doing it the way they doing it. That's tight.
Right.
Do it however you see fit. But
Right.
I'm just telling you, there was an era where fun was more important than Cheetos.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
And I think that's what's kind of killed the spirit of it today is the fact that people are just like, you're going out with the wrong intentions. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going out,
If you're going out to be
like,
seen, bro,
word.
that's you already off the joint.
Word.
Already.
Word.
You know what I mean? You're at a event, you're at a club, you're gonna be seen. So that shouldn't even be on. People are gonna see you. You're there.
Yeah. You're here
That
for a
shouldn't even
reason,
be your.
man.
If that's your mindset already, you kind of smoking the fun already. You're smoking the fun out of there.
Yeah, you're not giving yourself a chance to
You're not-
really
yeah,
enjoy.
you know?
You know what I mean?
If you're
And,
going
like,
there to go get content, or you're going there to take pictures, and you want to look, you're missing the moment. And I think that's what a lot of this shit was built off with us. Is like, man, we was trying to create moments for ourselves, create moments for people that we fuck with, all of that. It was more so that than, oh, I want to be seen, I want to let niggas know I got the most money, I got this, that was never the lick for niggas. Niggas was more so like, how much fun can we have?
It's like where are the cool events? Where are the cool people?
Where are the cool people? Yeah, shit like that.
Can we find them and then we'll go from there? Like everything else will kind of
fall
fall into place.
I would think
after we kind of figure out those
and
two
not even I would think
top
it did.
things. Yeah, always, bro. And so I think like that part, where we're growing up, we're young, we're exploring like different options and having fun with different people, you're gonna find like a new type of way to like communicate. You feel me?
Yep.
And that growth only comes from like exploring yourself and putting yourself in like uncomfortable places that you haven't been before.
Right.
And when you're just totally thinking that you can only, use money to compensate for experience, you're never going to get that full on like experience that you would have wanted.
Because you're going to always
bro.
in your mind say, well, I got the Cheetos to fall back on. I can make this shit pop. And it's like, is that really popping or is that just the money?
Man.
Because if you didn't have the money, would you be popping?
You wouldn't, bro. You would be who you are.
You'd be,
you know what I'm saying?
You'd be the actual person.
That's
that
it, bro.
You really
like,
are.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, if you look here, bro, like this is just,
niggas is just hanging out.
Just hanging, bro. Like, it was good vibes.
There's never,
it's good vibes, man.
That
like,
was always the
just
goal. And that's the line that's used. Good vibes.
Yeah.
It was always that. It was good vibes before that was even a line.
Yeah, like it didn't really matter, bro. Like we weren't trying to like, become something that we're not, dude. We're just kicking it, bro, and like learning from each other and trying to have fun at the same time, like making it easy on each other. You know what I mean? Like this shit don't be complicated, bro. But
that's a great word. That it's became a little more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah, people are. I don't
think fun should ever be a complicated thing.
It was there, like it's there. You just go out, enjoy. Fine.
I don't even, right now, like you'll probably see me at a bar before you even see me at a club. And if it's a club that turned into a bar that turned into a club, I'm probably gonna leave when the club setting get cracked.
Like I'll just, I'll find my way.
I'm gonna go ahead and I may stay for a sec, but I'm gonna probably go ahead and
find my way.
Go ahead and dwindle on off back to my
and move around
back to my crib.
That's just kind of what we're gonna do. That's just what it was. Like we were just outside in a certain way where it's like, when you're outside, bro, like you didn't really care like where to go. It was just like going somewhere.
Right.
You feel me? Like, and that's just kind of what we were on, bro. Living our best life, dog. Being outside.
There's been plenty of nights, bro. Niggas then went from point A to point B to point C to point D back to the crib.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Nigga hit 4 parties in one night.
Enjoying life,
just
trying to find like meaning.
Yeah.
No kidding, bro.
No, and this is not a joke. I'm dead serious. Mm-hmm. Like niggas didn't lived it. So it's just like, you see it how it is now, and it's just like, and then you gotta also look at it like this. Like if I spend $10K to get in here, I'm not leaving this motherfucker.
Nah, man. Let me get my money's worth, boys. Let me get my money's worth. Let me figure out like really what the deal is. Like
all the way.
Facts.
Like I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not spending $10K unless I just got it like that. But I'm not spending $10K and then like, oh, this popping over here and I'm dipping off. It's like, that's kind of what was missing in in the current state of the culture too. Is like, if something ain't popping, we out.
Right.
Like, nah, we out of here. Can't do that if you just spent $10K, bro.
Come on, man. Like young shit. You feel me?
I'm asking right there, like, bro, what else do you need?
What are we on?
What do we need to do?
D-Smooth. You feel me? But
like, what do we need to do?
Look at the background, bro. That's all-star, man, on an elite night.
You don't see nobody else in there with a cap on their head, but who? Bingo on my head.
You
nobody else in there with a cap on their head.
This is young.
That's what I'm saying. It was
a different time, bro.
Setup, bro.
Yeah, like it was a lot of privilege that we were given, and
it was tight. It was tight. I'm just gonna say it was tight. I'm just gonna say it was tight.
We didn't complicate it. We did what we were supposed to do. Get in, get out, bro.
Great time to be alive, bro.
Yeah, I mean.
And it's like I'm gonna say it again.
We won't put that one on.
Yeah, don't do me. Don't ice me like that.
Yeah, but that's funny.
You see.
Yeah,
so
man.
It's just like it's no shade to how it goes now. I'm not saying that that's not the way it's supposed to be. That's what it. I'm just saying that's what it evolved to.
Yeah.
And I just think that that's not as fun as it was when we were clubbing and clubbers and promoters.
We just we enjoyed.
Fun. I just think the fun got lost in the shuffle a little bit.
Yeah, we just we went out here to make things happen, and it wasn't for anybody other than ourselves. Like we want to enjoy the night, we want to have a good time. We're gonna like push the narrative to like figure out what we're gonna do, because at that time, you know, it wasn't about anybody else other than ourselves. You feel me? Like,
how can I have the most fun?
Facts
tonight was literally the goal.
Yeah,
every time. Like,
right, like,
how can I have the most fun? What's the most fun?
Yeah, so I mean, pool parties, bro. Look at this.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
this is what it was, man. I mean, look at the Jello shots, fam.
Wow, it was wild.
Look at that, bro. The whole Joan.
These are just times.
You
bro.
feel me? This is the whole Joan, man.
These are
you
just
know,
times.
young, right there.
You know what I mean?
Know, firing up the barbecue. That's what it was, man. You know, I don't know about the new generation now, but you fire up that barbecue, we getting it going.
No, we gonna cook.
We gonna get it going. You feel me? Because if you gonna drink, you gotta have that out. You gotta have something on the stomach. You feel me? So that was a must. You feel me? The barbecue got going. You feel me? And that's just what it was. Like at any given day on the summer. You feel me?
We might got it popping.
If the pool is open,
we might got it popping.
You know,
that's just how it be going. You know, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just say it again. Fun, man. I just think fun.
Yeah.
I think that's all. That's all the little new wave of clubbing is missing. I just don't. Y'all don't look like y'all having that much fun.
Yeah.
My personal opinion. But
I need a.
If y'all are, that's tight.
Yeah,
somebody tell me that they are. Like, we have. Okay, I'm just saying it don't look the same.
Math ain't math. Man.
Yeah, you know, it just don't look the same. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like
not that it has to, but
right.
I'm just saying I could tell when somebody having fun versus when somebody acting like they having fun.
Because we've had the most fun.
Because I've had the most fun.
Like whatever fun y'all think, we've had it the most. So it's just like from that perspective is very, very, understood. You know what I'm saying?
And that's just how I'm be looking at it.
This is just how, how it goes. When you're growing up, I think you want to be able to go outside and meet people and have a good time. And if you're not able to do that, I feel really, really bad for you, man. Because
and that's, and I will say,
the whole world out there.
I will say within the new wave, though.
Yep.
A lot of cats is out partying their age. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nigga, once you get a certain age, cause you got, come on, man.
Yeah.
Just I get it. Unless you got it, that's my thing. This is my only thing. Unless you got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you one of them niggas, unless you be with the niggas. I get that party, and that's different. That kind of go with, I'm referring to like niggas that really got Cheetos, athletes, shit like that. That's kind of a part of the aura, shit that you gotta kind of do.
Right.
I mean, not gotta do, because you can go home.
For sure.
But it just don't go like that when you're of that, I won't say, I'll say when you're of that stature.
Right.
You kind of, that just goes with it. But for the regular, schmegular kind of cat, once you 35, 36, 37, 40, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't saying don't pop out, but
it's not over. But
you ain't gotta pop out.
Just elevate.
Don't pop out every weekend.
Elevate.
Like you there, you at the bingo every weekend.
Yeah, let's elevate.
That's like
it's plenty other
do something else.
Other ways that you could get your rocks off. And,
but I also think it's a testament to the fact of what we're saying. Fun. We had it at the ages where I think you're supposed to have it at.
Yeah.
A lot of people are still chasing fun, still chasing shit that they missed. Seeing others do it a certain way, and I want to be able to do that.
Word.
But it'll never be done like that again because of how shit has evolved, what it's evolved into.
Right.
So it's like, I get the fact of people can't leave it alone. Like, man, we gonna party it out because I didn't get to do blah 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 blah. I wanted to do blah and I didn't get to do that.
Party it out, though.
But y'all niggas is really partying it out, and it's like,
shit be
you're
not
crazy.
Healthy.
Yeah, shit be crazy.
It might be over for you, my boy.
It's like chill.
Yeah. You could start a family. You could do whatever you want. Yeah, man. Like it's out there for you.
Or don't. But I'm just saying, like, you'll never catch me 40 like, oh, cuz what we on tonight?
No.
Like, I'm gonna tell you what we on tonight. Like, cuz come to the house. I got the fucking beers, whatever. I'm hanging out with my little chick. Bring your chick. I'm finna throw some shit on the grill.
Yeah.
Let's chill the fuck out.
Right. I got
Niggas
plenty.
made-
I got plenty of that at home, my
It's
boy.
like, boy, it's like my boy. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Like
100%, bro.
you know, so it's like I'm not trying to have a 19-year-old night at 40.
Nah, like, cause we had good times, man.
I did that
it's
already.
Been there, bro. Been there, done that, man. Like,
So you know, I'm not. You know, once again, I say it, no shade to nobody, but it's just like, come on, guys, seriously,
yeah, this is, you know,
get it.
This is good,
Get it the fuck together.
we,
Come on,
yeah, we've been there, done that. My peoples.
it's happened.
It's, you know,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
like,
Like, come on.
yeah, just keep it chill.
You know, and unless it's just that fun.
There you go.
And I'm saying
Right.
it don't look that. The shit don't look fun. Is all I'm saying.
Like we
If
were
it's that
actually,
fun,
like,
then
yeah,
cool.
Like
Then
there
do
was-
it.
There were certain
Get it going.
factions within what we were doing.
But
I,
it shit
I
don't
get
look
it,
like that.
but
It don't look like that at this
Yeah.
age. It just don't look
it's
fun.
just different times, man. And
You know?
I think, you know, to bring it all home, I think now that, you know, we look at things from like the outside perspective and like the overall, I think
Yeah, in hindsight,
yeah,
I'm gonna
like
go
the hindsight is 2020. I need, you know, the Gen Z to y'all just need to start having house parties, man. Start figuring
Get
it
it,
out,
yeah,
man.
get it
Start
back, get it back.
mingling,
Start
yeah.
there.
And then, you know, work your way up. You know, I think the club right now is gonna be dead for a little bit because, you know, I just think culturally it's just not cracking. You feel me? It's not a lot of people who got bread like that. It's too much going on with the economy. So I suggest y'all get with y'all peoples. You feel me? Have y'all
Definitely.
own little
Just-
barbecues, barbecues, man.
And I
The
said
summer
that,
about
I
to
said
come.
that early.
There
Like,
you
bro,
go.
if you got the Cheetos like that, have that shit at your house.
Yeah.
What do you, people will
Yeah,
come.
man.
People will
There's-
show
there's
up.
It's plenty of opportunities
If
out
you
here.
popping like that,
Right.
and you got the Cheetos, niggas is gonna come. Cause I
Facts.
nigga on my mama, we didn't have parties and niggas ain't even really have OD Cheetos.
Right.
Niggas had enough to do what we needed
Bring
to
a
do.
bottle.
BYOB, nigga, and it's up.
That was all you needed to do.
That's
Bring
it.
your own bottle because the venue, the space is already
It's
set.
already
So come through
straight.
and we on. It's very simple shit. You feel me?
But you know, y'all want to do it y'all way, that's tight.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go walk in that motherfucker and go spend that 10K and go get your little section.
Oh shit.
And you guys go over there and stand shoulder to shoulder with each other.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But you know, I'm gonna say it again. I just don't think that that's fun. I don't think that y'all think that it's fun. But you guys will tell me that I'm wrong, and that's cool.
Well,
that's how I'm gonna look at it.
well, that's an hour, my boy.
We got another one down, huh?
Yeah, 117, man. We went in today.
Oh shit, not
Yeah,
117.
Man, that shit went by quick, huh?
Yeah, 117 is hot.
Yeah,
That's
we
cool.
in there, bro. But man, any final words for the people, bro?
Nah, man. I feel like I said it all. You know, I just, like I said, fun. Fun is. I'm just make sure you're having fun, man. If you ain't having
Yes.
fun,
Yes.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna just keep saying
It's
that.
springtime. The spring has sprung.
Yeah, we
Get
right
out
there.
here, yeah. Start, you know, whatever you got to do. You
We're
working
right
on
there.
that summer body, baby. You got 2 months, baby.
Get it going.
Yeah, let's keep it going. You
'Cause
know,
it's
you
gonna-
stay motivated.
It's gonna go like that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be in June, and you're gonna be like, oh, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, fun. Remember, fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man. I think that's it, bro. So we'll holler at y'all. Elite Conversations, episode 14, man. We
yes,
out.
sir.
Peace.